Hello there, fellow humans, and welcome to this video. And today I want to talk about the Progetto 46 and also the Skoda T27. Unfortunately, now it is in the shop for 8,500 and 12,500 gold. You also have this combined bundle for 17,000. Now, obviously, firstly, what has to be said is that these two can be an option. However, only under one condition, is that you are already a skilled and experienced player. If you're not, then this bundle is nothing for you. However, you should still know how to play against these tanks, so let's get right into it. And unfortunately, I don't want to, but it's like 12,000 is complete overpriced crap for this tank. I think it's worth like 7k, but for the sake of the video, whatever. Well, let's compare them, and also let's use the Chimera as a reference, because Chimera is pretty much the best tier 8 medium. So let's have a look. DPM. Fairly similar, even when running calibrated, which you definitely should, because, well, the vents are a bit useless, I think. So, as you can see, both have relatively similar aiming time and accuracy, which is very good, and you want to have good aim time for a tank like this, because the intro clip here is 1.5. The aim time is 1.2, which means every shot that you fire is going to be fully aimed, given the dispersion, you know. There's also no dispersion on shooting, which normally blooms out to 100%. Because obviously on an autoloader, you want to reduce the aim time as much as possible so that all your shots are accurate. Same with an auto-reloader. Then the speed is also very, very similar. It's actually the exact same effective power-to-weight ratio here on the Skoda and the Progetto, somehow. And then on the armor, they don't have any. So there is that. And, well, in terms of performance, the Progetto does better than the Skoda. But as you can see, the Chimera takes this by a long shot. So, you know, they're not amazing. They're hard to play. They don't have any armor. That's mainly why they're hard to play. The Chimera is a lot more safe in that sense and also has higher alpha damage, so you have to play it less mindful, I'd say, which always helps for the not-so-great players. But if you want to get good at tanks like this, then, you know, let's play them. Let's have a look. So, here we go into the battle, and I think 17,500 for both of them is a bit much, and also obviously with the singles prices as well, I think 7.5k or even 7k would be a lot more appropriate for this one. However, if you really want this one, then 8.5k can be an okay-ish deal if you really do want it. However, for the Skoda, it is completely, utterly overpriced, because the Skoda's the worst tank of the two, but for some reason it's the more expensive one. So there is that, but we're going to get into the Skoda later. Now, the Progetto, which is a absolutely lovely tank if you know what you're doing. It has an auto-reloader, which means it has a lot of versatility. You can go single shot, you can go 3-shot. Obviously, if you go 3-shot, then your DPM goes into the bin. But generally, what you want to do with this thing is you want to not be the one that gets shot at, because obviously you have no armor. So what you want to do is you want to somewhat play from the back line a bit, and what you don't want to do on this map is give up this ridgeline here, because obviously if you get flanked, then this entire thing there is completely exposed. So, nice. Anyway, very cool. Can't do much about that, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to try to hold this position. Maybe, possibly, so that they all don't die, which obviously does help in your efforts of trying to win. Let's say, okay, here he comes. He is going to try to... like, I don't have a driver anymore. Well, Scorpion G, maybe you shouldn't be playing positions that your tank's not good for. So, gotta try and take out him. Obviously, I don't have a driver right now, which is obviously not great. Come on. Come on. Keep going. Move. Move, little tank. Oh, no. He's gone. That's not good. He's gonna be annoying as hell. He's gonna be really annoying as hell. And also that Löwe over there can be... I have to wait half a minute to get the driver back. Which is not great, and the Löwe might just push me here. So, yep. Just gonna wait for it, take a shot, and disappear. Okay, now, MX went back over. I have no idea what the AT7 and the WZ are. So I don't want to push it too far, especially not having a driver. So, let's see. Can we get some shots onto the Löwe from here? That would be very nice, I think. But obviously, the goal here mainly was to not have them take that position, or to not have the Löwe take that position. Because if he would have, then that would have ended very badly, because you get surrounded, you die, you're done. Okay, tanks to us, tanks to us, tanks to us. Are you up here? And what I'm going to do anyway is I'm going to go up here because then I might even get shots into the VK. Oh, hello. Nope, he's down there. He's not. Hello, AT7. There is one of them. The other one's not here, otherwise I would have proxy spotted him already. So, yes, perfect. Can take shots into his back. If he doesn't move, that is. He didn't move. Oh, hello there. Oh, he's AFK. God, what is it up with all the AFKs recently? There's so many of them. There are so many AFKs. That is insane. Okay, those two guys are going to go down. Obviously, brawling with a VK and a Löwe is not a great idea. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do the safe bet. You know, I'm going to take out the guy that is AFK, because obviously if he wakes up and he's still on full HP, that would be a massive problem, obviously. The AT isn't going to be a problem whatsoever, because he's slow as hell and relatively useless. This AMX can be a problem if he does not do it right, but he didn't do it right, so now he's dead. And now we have full reload. Let's get all 3 shots, because then I can take out the Löwe in one clip. Can't do that with a VK. Can't do that with the AT7, but the AT7 isn't really a problem unless he's a good player, which I don't think he will be. So, Löwe should be the main focus here. First, because he's the biggest threat, that's the easiest to take out. Or not. Yep, he's camping up there. Am I spotted? Yes, I am. Not good. Now, we know where they are. The AT7 was back there with them. I think what they're going to try to achieve here is probably cap. And, oh. That is... Okay, he somehow hit that. He somehow did hit that. I mean, obviously, what you don't want to do in a situation like this is fight 2 super heavies that you can barely pen, because the Progetto does have very weak penetration on its AP rounds, so that's not great, obviously. That is absolutely not great, and there's 2 minutes left, so... Yeah, I mean, they're gonna cap anyway, so I'm gonna try to disappear or something like that. Is he gonna come up here? Let's have a look. Oh, he's still capping, still capping, still capping. I turn around and try to go from the other side. I mean, Löwe is probably... What I do suspect them... They're not platooned or anything, but... What I do think they're gonna do, the Löwe is gonna camp in the back and, like, watch the position. And the VK is gonna try to cap, which is obviously very bad for me, because I can't really dig out that Löwe. Because he has enough gun depression to somewhat stay there hidden. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way around and try to, well, decap them from the back. But that might not be enough time for that, because, I mean, I have no HP. And that's not good. Is that a double cap? I don't think it's fast enough for a double cap. Well, let's have a look over here anyway. Should have enough time, ideally. If not, then too bad. I mean, cap win. If you win by cap, you didn't actually win. That's what I think, at least. Okay, I think it might be a double cap. Going pretty fast, isn't it? Now, here we are. Hello. Yep, it is a double cap. Reset. Reset. And away. See ya. 3.7k. Now, I have no idea where the Löwe went. But, it's time to disappear. Or, pretend to disappear, that is. And now I'm gonna go back. That's the easiest move in the book. You know, just fake drive away. Fake that you're driving away and then just come back to right where you were. Just like that. It's quite risky the second time, no? Okay, Löwe's camping up there. Löwe's put up his Overwatch or whatever. Now they can't win, pretty much, on the cap timer. So, yeah, what I'm going to do here... Obviously, draw is not great. Polar bonds would have been nicer, but hey, I'll take it. Instead, I'll risk it for some more damage. Hello. No, peek from this side now. Do I not have enough gun depression? No, I do not. Can't see anyone. Well, that's unfortunate then. I'm gonna see. Probably not have enough time. Damn, that's a long game. Hello, hello, hello. Oh. Nope, that's it. Well, that's the Progetto for you. That's how you play the Progetto. Just... They ain't doing that. But yeah, 4,000 damage. Very solid game. Well, sometimes draw is better than a loss. So that's the Progetto. It works very nicely. And as you can see, pretty much in that game, just how you play this thing. You know, always use every opportunity you can get to your advantage. You know, when you see a spot where you can go, where you won't be contested, you go there. Now, between that, let's get into the equipment of these two vehicles a bit. Obviously, this is how I would do it. I would go for the vertic stabilizers on autoloaders because that reduces the aim time, which is obviously great, especially on a medium tank like this where you might be shooting while moving. So that is how I would equip this one, and then I would do something very similar on the Skoda as well. Whichever one of these two you pick doesn't matter, and then the rest is, I think, pretty straightforward. So I think now let's get into Skoda, and this is going to be the first battle with the Skoda. Let's go. Now, how do you get good with a tank like this? Already hinted at the beginning, so let's talk about that. How do you get good with a tank like this? Obviously, the first thing you do on this map, you do is you go to that ridge line and you go to that island over there, here and here. If you don't do that, if you, for example, stay here, your chance of losing is very high. So what you want to do with a tank like this, you want to use as much space as possible. And ideally, you also have the ability to create space, if possible. You can do that in a more well-armored medium tank. In this one, not so much, because obviously you don't have any armor. So creating the space can be pretty tricky, but using it won't really be like this. There we go. There's only one shot. But now, obviously, this is an autoloader, so what you do is you'll take a position that you can hide in, like this. You know, they can't shoot me right now. They can't shoot me. If they could, that would be bad, because I'm reloading. And when I finish reloading, I know there's a target right there, AMX. Obviously, take the snapshot, and then watch out, because obviously, if I peek this guy, then they might peek on the other side. And there we go. Obviously, always awareness. Awareness. That's the main important thing, you know? You have to know where everyone is without looking at them. Look at the minimap, you know? Be aware, where are the enemies? Who's there? You know, also count them. Who's missing? Where could there be? Could there be a tank that appears behind me all of a sudden, for example? And who is also could be aiming at me? For example, if I peek this AMX here, who of those guys can actually do damage to me? So if there is none, you can just peek him, and he's looking away, so boom, easy damage right there. If those two FTUs would be aiming at me, obviously peeking the MX would be a very bad idea. It's pretty straightforward. Just look. It's a lot easier on PC, obviously, so that's why if you have a PC, play it on PC. Because obviously on the phone that's a lot harder to do, and if you're good on a mobile device, then you're actually properly good. So pretty dead team though. It's pretty haven't done much yet. But yeah, that's how you do it, you know. They didn't take any position, they got wrecked, and that's an easy win right there. And I'd say, because this was not really a bad game, just a nothing happened game. Hold on. Nope. Let's do another one. Oh, here we go. And we already have an advantage, which means with I got 3 mediums, they only got 2. If they do wake up, that is. Obviously, what you want to do always is to get the map control. And this tank isn't really great at getting it, but it's very good at using it. It has an ultra. I mean, it's not a great tank by any means. The Progetto is wonderful if you know how to play it. This one is, it exists, I think. That's the appropriate term for this tank. It simply just does exist, just like the Barask, as in, it's in the game, but why would you consider it to ever buy it? Now, it's not the Barask, not the PC Barask. This thing's rather mediocre. So, I'll keep the 2 shots here. We'll see what we can do. Because obviously there's not going to be anything that contests this. And the T34, never mind. Down there he is. But there isn't going to be much that he can do now, especially if the Progetto just goes for it. Now, the clip damage on this one is pretty good. It's not bad, it's not good, but I think it's alright enough. So, as in, pretty good, as in, it's not shit, I think. So, here we go. That's a good 650 clip damage, which, you know, the Progetto can do as well. And I mean, the Progetto is, hands down, a massively better tank than this one. And it's also cheaper, so if you get one of the two, then get the Progetto, because it's better and cheaper. So, there's that. I mean, this tank could be relevant, but it absolutely isn't. If it had 310 alpha damage, it might be relevant, but it don't. So, here we go. 1.8k damage so far. And that's simply how you play. It's just position yourself correctly. And how do you learn how to position yourself correctly? Well, watch your replays. Watch your replays, you know? Just try to find out where you went. Did it go well? Did it go bad? And then find out and try to find your own playstyle. Don't just fake someone else's. Like, I can play aggressive in a grill and pull it off. So that's because I know how to do it, and I've also played a lot of games. And you can't get good without doing it a lot. Repetition is everything, basically. And then analyze your replays to find what you're doing wrong. And obviously, also, you can watch reviews and guides. Obviously, that does help as well. You know, see how I play, for example. Just don't watch that guy, you know, the guy with D. So just don't watch him, because he's a fucking idiot. But, yeah, hold on. Nope. Beat that. Nice HE. Okay, now I'm gonna get focused here, probably. So what I'm gonna do... Okay, T69, you go first. You go. Your glory. Go. Come on. Go. Now, one thing that is a bit of a dick move, but I think that I do a lot, is use worse teammates to my advantage. You know, I just bait a bad teammate in. I know they're not going to be that good of a player based on how they play. And then I use their hit points to do more damage, because obviously I can do more damage than them. So that works. But obviously, you shouldn't be doing that. Don't bait your team unless they're begging for it. So, yeah. That's it. Again, you know, he's not looking at me. I'm behind him. I'm doing damage. 5 kills. Boom. 2,800 damage. That's how it goes. And I've barely been engaged. It's always been me engaging. And that's the thing. It's a very important thing for tanks like this. For also light tanks for medium tanks. You pick the fight. If you're not the one that picks the fight, you're probably not going to win it most of the time. And that's an ace in the second game. Nice. So yeah, that's it. Repetition, analyze the replays, and start off with well-armored tanks as well. Not this. And don't buy this. Get the Progetto instead, it's better. And that's it. Thanks for watching. See you next one. Goodbye!